Now, this is a brand new Hewlett Packard computer, which I am obviously going to return because at 30 feet per second, it is ridiculous. I am saying this and I'm watching on the camera as everything is so much slower. Now, I'm just going to get through this and hopefully we can get this thing fixed by tomorrow because I can't handle this. No, I can't handle this. So just bear with me. Let's knock this out and get it done because hi ho, it's off to work I go. From frame to frame I go, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. Now, what happened? Today is Monday, January 23rd. No, yeah, January 23rd in the 2023rd year of our Lord. Um, I'm just going to have to get through this. And what do we have here in NFL? Well, we have come to the championship game for both conferences. Yes. And there's no way to fix this. So just bear with me. A matter of fact, don't even look at me. Just listen to my voice. Okay. I want to state that I was correct in all four games. Yes, totally, absolutely, positively correct. I predicted all of them correctly. And is that because I'm a clairvoyant, that I'm a seer in the vein of seers all through the history of time, along the lines of Tyler Henry or Miss Cleo? No, I'm better than them. They can't predict NFL games. Games are impossible to predict NFL games. And the truth is, I just have an unlimited supply of luck on display this weekend. So let's get right to it. On Saturday, the New York Football Giants traveled to Pennsylvania to partake in a gridiron contest with the Philadelphia Eagles. And it did not take a clairvoyant or anybody special in order to come to the conclusion that the New York Giants were playing with house money and they were running out of time. Yes, they were playing with house money since they beat the Minnesota Vikings. But unlike being at Vegas or any other casino, they just can't get up and walk away. No, the house is going to make sure they stay there until they get their money back. Unfortunately for them, that happened on Saturday. Yes, on Saturday, the Eagles came in and put a whooping on the Giants to the tune of 38-7. And it wasn't even that close. No, it wasn't. The Eagles scored 14 points in the first quarter. The Eagles scored 14 points in the second quarter. And the Giants scored zip in the first quarter, and they scored zip again in the second quarter. So if we do the math, we see that the Eagles led 28-0 at the end of the first half. Now, it didn't take, Nostradamus to see what was going to happen to the Giants in the second half. No, it didn't. You know what was going to happen to the Giants in the second half? More of the same. And that's what they got, more of the same. Actually, the Giants did score a touchdown in the third quarter, and they should have closed the game or cut off the game or called the game right then and then because that was as close as it was going to get. After that, the Eagles have scored another 10 points and basically just to drive home the exclamation point that this was no contest and it was time to go home. Now, the Giants far surpassed anything anybody thought they were going to do this season. So they can travel that 100 miles back to New York, and hold their heads up high. Philadelphia moves on with their head coach, Nick Sirianni, because they are a rough and tough and ready to rock and roll team at all times. They are not a fancy dancy magic with mirrors squad. They are a conventional line them up and they will mow them down type of team. The quarterback, Jalen Hurts, can throw, he can run, or he can throw, however you want to put it. He probably could catch the ball if he went out in the pattern. The defense had 5 quarterback sacks and 8 quarterback hits and dozens more pressures on Daniel Jones. He had a rough game. They have sound coaching and no weaknesses. Philadelphia moves on to play San Francisco in Philadelphia because the San Francisco 49ers defeated the Dallas Cowboys 19-12. That's right, 19-12. It was not a high-scoring, high-flying affair. The 49ers won with 1 touchdown and 4 field goals. The defense of both teams really put forth the effort, and it made it a crash 'em, smash 'em affair. This game was really about Dallas. And with that being said, it was really about Dak Prescott and the question that has followed him for his 7 seasons with the Cowboys. The question of, can he get it done? Can he get it done when the pressure is on? The fact that we are even asking that question answers the question. Obviously, he can't get it done if we are still asking that question. So the answer is no. He can't get it done in pressure situations. Yesterday, plain and simple, Dak Prescott was outplayed by a rookie, yes, Brock Purdy. Not in some sensational manner, but by being Brock Purdy outplayed him by being Tom Brady-esque, Joe Burrow-like, being steady, being assertive but not aggressive, making the right reads and the good throws, not trying to force the ball into tight places. Brock Purdy of the San Francisco had no interceptions at all yesterday, even though he's a rookie and he threw the ball a number of times. Dak Prescott, on the other hand, had 2 interceptions, and it could have been more. Yes, Brock Purdy is maturing. He is growing and becoming more integral to the 49ers with each game. Dak Prescott, on the other hand, is in a holding pattern and has been for the last 5 years. No better, no worse. One didn't have to be a famous psychic like Edgar Cayce to see the outcome of this game. Prescott led the league in interceptions while only having played 13 of the 17 games. The writing was on the wall. San Francisco, with head coach Kyle Shanahan, will travel to Philadelphia to play the Eagles now. This is the game that everyone has been waiting for. And I think I have a pretty good handle on who will win. But you have to tune into the Amazing Grace Sports Network when we cover the NFL preview on Friday in order to find out. Now, moving on to the AFC. The Kansas City Chiefs once again punched their ticket to the dance by defeating the surprisingly pesky Jacksonville Jaguars with Trevor Lawrence. Yes, the Chiefs jumped out on Jacksonville early, going 83 yards in 12 plays to take a 7-0 lead. But on the ensuing kickoff, Jamal Agnew of the Jaguars returned the ball 65 yards to the Kansas City 39. 5 plays later, the Jags scored a touchdown on a 10-yard pass from Trevor Lawrence to Christian Kirk. Then things got interesting. On the next drive, Patrick Mahomes badly sprained his right ankle, but he still managed to drive the Chiefs down the field for a field goal. Now, the Jags took the ensuing kickoff and did nothing with it, giving the ball back to Kansas City. Kansas City took the field with veteran Chad Henne as their quarterback, not Mahomes. Mahomes, who had sprained his ankle in the first quarter, was now in the dressing room having x-rays or whatever, putting a new ankle on or something to that extent. But he was not on the field. Chad Henne was now their quarterback. What happened? No Mahomes, no problem. Henne drove the Chiefs 98 yards for another touchdown, and the score was now 17-7. The Jags came back with a field goal. Okay, so this is now the end of the quarter. It was now 17-10. The score at halftime, 17-10. In the second half, Mahomes came back. Okay, Mahomes was not going to sit around and nurse a bad ankle. He came back onto the field. But it didn't matter much because both teams punted twice before Mahomes found his groove again and drove the Chiefs down the field for a field goal. Jacksonville was not taking that line down. They came back with a touchdown, and it looked like Jacksonville was going to make a game of this. But a fumble and interception did them in, and Kansas City, with a hobbled Patrick Mahomes, moves on to host the Cincinnati Bengals next Sunday because the Cincinnati Bengals defeated the Buffalo Bills in the cold and snow of upstate New York, Buffalo, New York. Again, just as I predicted. Now, I'm no Simon Turnbull, but it was easy to discern that Josh Allen is no Joe Burrow. No, Joe Burrow is all grind and grit, and Josh Allen is a high wire. He's like a high wire, like a high flying wire act. Okay, even when he is good, it looks like something bad is about to happen. That being said, it went bad on Sunday and it stayed bad. Allen only threw one interception. My daughter's calling me. She's messing up my teleprompter. Daughter dear. Are you back on the phone? Hi, daughter.
Hi, Daddy. Is everything okay? What did you say? Something
Um,
gonna happen?
no, I'm doing my podcast now, and I just pressed my teleprompter, and you came on. So we're gonna have to disconnect from you, and let me finish this, and I will get right back to you.
Have the phone in your hand.
Okay, bye. Love you. Okay, for Josh Allen, it just went bad and stayed there. Okay, Allen threw only one interception, but he's lucky that it's only one interception because he was doing his best Dak Prescott imitation. He was trying to force the ball into tight places and into coverages that he should have never even thought of throwing into. He only connected on 25 or 42 passes. That's right, 25 or 42 passes. That means he missed on 17 of them. And you have to think some of these passes were just like 5 or 10 yards. And still, he was only 25 or 42. Based upon his performance, what he was doing that game, it was easy to see that Buffalo didn't stand a chance on Sunday. Joe Burrow, on the other hand, had 240 yards and 2 touchdowns passing, and Joe Mixon ran in another touchdown. Cincinnati, with their head coach, Zach Taylor, has again shown that they are a team to be reckoned with. They are very good on both sides of the ball. They are efficient on offense and effective on defense. Andy Reid of the Kansas City Chiefs has his work cut out for him, okay? Because it is going to be a tough game coming up on Sunday when they play the Kansas City Chiefs. Now that wraps it up. That wraps it up for right now, okay? I'll be back with NBA Tuesday tomorrow. But that wraps it up for the NFL. These playoffs have been exciting. You know, I was really surprised that Dallas did as well as they did with Prescott being so ineffective or choppy. Okay. I was really surprised that they were able to take it to San Francisco the way they did, that their defense played so well. So there's hope in that part. But until they replace Dak Prescott with somebody who can just grit and grind, I don't see a Super Bowl in Dallas's immediate future. Okay. And for those guys, the Jaguars, you guys had a heck of a season. Nobody even saw you being in the winning column, much less winning the division. You guys had a great season, over and above anything anybody thought was going to happen. Kudos to you. Kudos to the New York Giants for being there also. Kudos to all the teams that made the playoffs. Kudos to Buffalo Bills, very disappointing loss. But Josh Allen has to learn how to settle down and make good throws and good reads. A phenomenal talent. Now he has to work on the mental aspect of the game. That being said, we now go to the championship games of both leagues, the AFC and NFC, and I will see you on Friday to give you my prediction on who will win those two games. And I'm usually right. Thank you for being with me, and I will see you soon. Ciao.